Hello everyone, this is Providencia. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you 10 recipes for Thanksgiving. Now this video was from last year. I wasn't able to put it on time and I was like, why am I going to put it like around January? Like Thanksgiving is over. However, I'm glad that I have this video now for that way you guys could get the recipes before Thanksgiving. When I do this year's Thanksgiving dinner, I am gonna try my best to put it out there ASAP. I'm not gonna do what I did last year. Although these recipes are from last year's Thanksgiving dinner, you could still use it for this Thanksgiving. Like for real, recipes never gets old. So even though this is a year ago, you can use these recipes for as many Thanksgiving or holidays as you want. This video is going to be long considering that this is 11 recipes and I'm going to try my best to explain everything in details in this video. And yeah, with that being said, let's go and start this video. First, I'm going to clean my turkey breast. I have 3 of them. It does come with gravy packets. You're going to see it right now. I like to do this the 3rd day before Thanksgiving for that way it can marinate in the refrigerator. And then the day of Thanksgiving, I put it in the oven and do what I gotta do. Here's the turkey gravy. I put that to the side and I'm going to clean my turkey. You're going to want to do that. Clean your turkey. To my turkey, I like to add some vinegar, clean it very well, and all that good stuff. So now my turkeys is clean. I am going to poke some holes into my turkey breast. Why? Because I want to make sure all those nice seasonings go inside that turkey. You don't want a dry turkey. No. Before I season my turkeys, I am going to melt some butter. I am adding a lot of butter. Remember, I'm doing 3 turkey breasts and they are big. So I added 3 big heaping spoons of butter. You want to add more, you can add more. You want to add less, you can add less. When you melt the butter, let it sit and make sure it cools down a little bit, okay? My butter cooled down. I have here some garlic with cilantro. I'm gonna put the recipe to that after this video, so be on the lookout for that. I added 2 spoons of that. Next, I'm going to add some sazon. I added 3 packets of sazon. I'm going to add some oregano. You can add as little or as much as you want. But considering that I am doing 3 turkeys, I added a lot of oregano. I want my turkey to be flavorful, not bland. Next, I'm going to add some onion powder. I'm adding a lot of onion powder. Remember, onion powder doesn't have no sauce, so you can add a lot if you want. I'm gonna add pepper to your liking. Here I have some homemade sofrito. I'm gonna leave the link to my sofrito recipe down in the description box below. And I added 3 big heaping spoons of sofrito. Next, I'm going to add some adobo sin pimienta, which is without the pepper. You're going to want to add at least a half a tablespoon of adobo. I ended up adding another packet of sazon, so that's going to be a total of 4. And I added a little bit of vinegar. Add like maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of vinegar. Now I am gonna make this with potatoes, and make sure you get like some Yukon potatoes or like potatoes that has different colors, not the plain one. Remember, this is Thanksgiving here, you know what I mean? Make it extra special. I'm also using the spatula to loosen up the skin from my turkey breast. I'm going to lift up the skin and season inside of the skin as well as out, okay? You're going to want to do that for that way, again, your turkey could be flavorful. Make sure you also go deep inside those slits, the holes, whatever. And I know this is disgusting watching this, but you know how I do in my channel. I show it to you raw. This is how you're gonna wanna season your turkey. Because one thing I cannot stand is some bland turkey. Oh my goodness. Oh no, no ways. So here's my potatoes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did not season the potatoes. Why? Because when I cook this, I am gonna cook this with the turkey on the top. All the drippings from the turkey is gonna go down and it's gonna season the potatoes anyway. So if you want to add a little bit of salt to your potatoes, by all means, but to be honest with you, I don't think you need to do that. Or you can add just a little bit of salt when it comes out if you feel it needs it. I'm adding the rest of my seasonings, and I added a little bit of water to grab everything in the bowl and putting it right on top of the turkey. And here is the turkey, nice and seasoned. So it's time to wrap this baby up. Put it in the refrigerator until it is Thanksgiving. Next, we're gonna do the ham with pineapples and cherries. In a pot, I added 1 heaping spoon of butter. Then I'm gonna add the juice to 2 cans of pineapple slices. Only the juice. Next, I'm gonna add some light brown sugar. You can add dark brown if you have it. And I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Next, I'm gonna add just the juice of the cherries that you just saw. Only the juice. I'm gonna add some honey. You can add as little or as much honey as you want, depending on how you want the sweetness to be. I'm adding some cinnamon powder. You're gonna want to add at least a 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon. So here is my turkey, and you're gonna want to cut it into like diamond shapes, if it makes any sense. I'm showing you right here how you could do it, and it's very easy, but try not to go so deep in. You're only slicing it lightly. I'm also gonna use cloves. Make sure you put the cloves on each corner of your diamond shape, if it makes sense. Now I'm sorry I lost the clip of when I was adding the pineapple slices. All you're going to want to do is just add your pineapple slices and add some toothpicks to hold it up. I'll try to leave another pineapple video that I have. It's not the same as this one, but I'll try to leave it in the description box below for you to see how I did that part. But it's very easy to do. Next, you're going to want to add the cherries in the middle of your pineapple slices with toothpicks. I'm also adding the juice that I just made on the stove. Put it right on top, but make sure that it cools down first before you add it on the top, okay? Since we are seasoning this 3 days before Thanksgiving, try to take it out the next day and with a spoon or a ladle, whatever you have in your house, take some of the juice from the bottom of the ham and put it right on top of your ham. So it is the day before Thanksgiving, and I must admit, this was the hardest day. It wasn't even seasoning the turkey, it wasn't even hooking up the ham. It was this day right here. Because I had to do a lot of recipes. But anyway, let's resume. So I added some water to a pot and I'm going to add 6 eggs. We are going to make bow tie pasta salad with chicken. And this is the bow tie pasta. I'm not going to add it until I see the water boiling. Also, don't forget to add salt to your water. I forgot to mention that. While the eggs are boiling, I'm going to cut my vegetables. Here I have some peppers. You could use any colorful peppers that you have on hand. I also have some celery, a half of a red onion, but you could use any onion of your choice. And best to believe, I started this early that morning and I had to drink my coffee. Yes. I'm gonna use maybe less than half of the peppers that you see, and I'm gonna cut them very, very, very small. You're gonna want to do this with your onions. You're gonna want to do this with your celery and your peppers. Cut them very, very small. Had to stop chopping a little bit there for I could add my pasta. You're going to want to add your pasta when the water is boiling. But back to chopping again. Now when you finish cutting your onions, put half aside and half in a bowl. I'll explain that in a minute. I have some clean culantro. Now you could use cilantro, but I wanted to use culantro. I folded it in half and again, I'm cutting it very, very small. And here's everything. Nice and cut very, very small. That's what you want. It's almost time to put this salad together. But yes, I'm going to be using chicken breast from a can. And I know I'm going to hear it in the comment section. And I know there's going to be one slick person talking about chicken breast. Yes, chicken breast from a can. You know there's always one or two people that always gotta say something stupid in the comments. You guys gotta understand that I made this whole Thanksgiving meal by myself. I'm gonna repeat that again. By myself. While I'm prepping this, I gotta clean everything. By myself. So if I gotta take shortcuts, I'm gonna take shortcuts. There's people that does catering and at least they got some kind of help. I don't get that help. When I do everything, I gotta do it by myself. So, yes, we're gonna be using that. Since I'm going to be doing a whole box of bow tie pasta, I'm going to use 2 cans of chicken breast. So it's time to put our pasta together. First, you're going to need mayonnaise. Now it depends if you like a lot of mayonnaise or a little bit of mayonnaise. Everybody likes theirs different. I add a couple of spoons. I'm adding some corn, only a half a can. I'm adding my chicken breast. And I'm gonna also cut my eggs and add it in there. I'm adding a little bit of vegetables at a time. I'm gonna mix it up, and if I want to add more, then I'll add more. I'm also gonna add some vinegar. Add about a capful or 2 capfuls of vinegar. Also, I'm gonna add some pepper. Add to your liking. Now with this recipe, I really don't have no measurements. I just go with the flow. If I feel like I want to add more mayonnaise, I add more mayonnaise. If I feel like I want to add more vegetables, I'll add more vegetables. If I feel like I gotta add salt, then I add more salt. Also, I had to break the chicken a little bit because it was in big chunks. So I broke it up a little bit. Just taste as you go, like I always tell you. I added more corn, I added salt, I added more vinegar. Again, this is something that I eyeball. There's no specific measurements. I decided to have a little bowl because I was hungry. All I had was 1 cup of coffee and I was like, no, wait. No, I need to eat some of this. Like I said earlier, if you gotta add a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, then you do that. Just taste as you go. I put it in an aluminum tray. This is gonna go in the refrigerator till tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving. With macaroni salad, if you do it a day before, it tends to get a little dry. So the next following day, you may have to go and put maybe a little bit more mayonnaise. Just keep that in mind. Just to, you know, liven it up a little bit. Next, I'm gonna make my shepherd's pie. Now, this is more like a Spanish style shepherd's pie. And the reason why I say that is because my ground beef is gonna consist of a lot of Spanish ingredients and seasonings. So that's why I say it's like Spanish style shepherd's pie. I have my potatoes, and I didn't use the whole 10-pound bag of potatoes. I'm gonna say I used probably half of that bag, so I'm gonna say like 5 pounds I use of potatoes. I'm gonna cut my potatoes. Just make sure it's the same size for it to cook together evenly. Here I have a pot of boiling water, and I'm gonna add salt. And I'm gonna add my clean potatoes in there. And look at my beautiful cup. You guys know I always show my cups when I do a come cook with me video or food prepping video. I just love cups. Here I have some ground beef. This is 5 pounds. It's already cooked, so I am gonna drain all the water and all that yuckiness from the ground beef. While the meat is draining, I have some carrots. Now, I know the nutrients and all that good stuff, it's on the carrots, but I like to peel the skin off just to give it a nicer look. I'm using 3 carrots. I am gonna cut this into pieces and I am gonna boil it. Don't mind the way I was banging on the pot. I was hearing music and I was just banging the pot. I don't know. I'd be crazy like that. To a pot, I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Next, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sofrito. Make sure this is on low. I'm gonna add my garlic and cilantro mixture. And I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of that. You want to make sure this simmer for a few minutes for everything to come together. Then you're going to add your ground beef. I'm going to add a can of stewed tomatoes. And with this mashed potato masher, I'm going to break the meat a little bit because I don't really want it in big chunks. That's totally up to you, but that's what I'm going to do. I am going to add some dry thyme. I'm also going to add 1 chicken bouillon. I'm going to add onion powder. You can add as little or as much as you want. Some oregano, add as little or as much as you want. You guys know I love oregano, so I always go a little heavy on the oregano. Add black pepper to your liking. I'm gonna add 2 packets of sazon. I'm tasting the meat and it is yummos. I'm adding a little bit salt. I always say taste as you go. And that's all you're gonna want to do with the meat. From this point, drain your potatoes and your carrots. So I'm adding my potatoes to a pot. When it comes to mashed potatoes, you don't want to have that sitting there. As soon as you drain it, put it in a pot and start mashing for it could be nice and creamy. I'm going to add 1 big heaping spoon of butter, a little bit of milk, and start mashing it until it's nice and creamy. I'm going to add salt, pepper, and I'm going to add some garlic powder. As you can see, I keep tasting it because I want to make sure the salt is good, the taste is good, and all that good stuff. So if you want to add a little bit more garlic powder, go ahead and add more garlic powder. If you want to add a little bit more butter, do that too. It's all up to you. So now it's time to put the shepherd's pie together. I have here some cream of corn. You must use cream of corn. I'm not a big fan of eating cream of corn by itself, but when it comes to the shepherd's pie, yes, I do love to put cream of corn in my shepherd's pie because it makes it nice and sweet and very soft and creamy. Trust me, it is very delicious. You're going to want to put it in the bottom because that way when you cut it, it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Then you're going to scoop some of your mashed potatoes in sections the way you see it here and gently spread it out. Next, you're going to want to add your ground beef and try to spread that out. Add some cream of corn. I'm adding some carrots. I'm also adding some cheese. I'm gonna add more mashed potatoes. Try to do this with a tablespoon, for you could go from section to section and add your potatoes like that. Because while you're spreading it, you know, some of the cream of corn and the cheese and all that stuff could get on your mashed potatoes. And you don't want that to look a little ugly. You know, I'm all about making my food look pretty. So this works for me. And as you can see, I spread it out and it looks very, very nice. I'm adding more cheese on the top. And here is the shepherd's pie. I'm going to put aluminum foil and I am going to put this in the refrigerator for the next following day. If you decide to make this on another regular day, not on a holiday, you will want to put it in your oven from this point on. But considering that I'm going to do that tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving Day, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and I'll put it in the oven tomorrow. So next, we're going to make the pastelón. I did not use all the ground beef for my shepherd's pie. There was still a lot left. So that is what is left over. And we are going to make some nice, delicious Puerto Rican pastelón. You guys are going to lick your fingers, trust me. I added 2 bottles of spaghetti sauce. You can add any spaghetti sauce of your choice. You're going to add some Italian seasoning, about a teaspoon. I'm going to add the onions that I have reserved when I made the bow tie pasta salad. the one that I put in the bowl, well, now I'm adding it to that. And I'm going to let this simmer for a few minutes. While that's cooking for a little bit and all the flavors coming together, I have here my sweet plátanos. Now you gotta make sure that your plantains are very ripe. Make sure those plantains has a lot of black spots, okay? Because if it looks like that, black, it's very sweet and it's very good. So I'm cutting my plantains and I'm cutting it in long slices. So right here I got my cast iron skillet, I got some corn oil, and we are going to fry the sweet plátanos. Make sure this is on medium high, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here. Frying our plantains. So the plantains is fried. What you're first going to want to do is add some of that chopped meat in the bottom of the pan. Again, for when you cut it, it doesn't stick. Then we're going to add our plantains. Now I know on the top part of the pan there's smaller plantains, not long strips. But sometimes your plantains will break a little bit when you're frying it. So those are the little ones that I'm putting at the top of the pan. I'm adding some ground beef. Adding some cheese. And you're gonna add your plantains again. So it's like forming a lasagna, basically, but it's with sweet plantains. Now, as you can see, I didn't cut enough plantains, but thank God I always have backup. So I'm cutting more plantains for me to fry some more. So I added some ground beef again. Cheese. And I'm gonna add sweet plantains. Mind you, I had to stop and fry more. So yeah, you're gonna want to use about like at least 6 or 7 plantains, most definitely, if you're gonna make this size. I added more ground beef. more cheese, towards the end, you're going to want to crack 4 eggs. I'm going to crack the other one now. And you're going to want to add it right on the top. The reason why we do that is for everything to come together. It's like a glue. So when you cut it, it'll cut nice and even. You must put the eggs. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of dry parsley, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, but I'm going to put it in the oven tomorrow. Next, I'm gonna do my cranberry sauce. Now, this is a shortcut too, but let me tell you something. My family loves this cranberry sauce right here. Even my son's girlfriend, Nicole, loves it, and now she makes it. Just the way I do it. I'm using 2 cans of cranberry sauce. Make sure this is on low heat for now. Then I'm going to add a piece of an orange peel. Just throw it in there. I'm going to add about a ½ cup of water. From this point, you could put it a little high. And look at my beautiful cup. We're going to squeeze about 1/4 of an orange. I'm also going to add sugar. I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of sugar. It all depends how sweet you want your cranberry sauce. To me, I only add 1 spoon. If you want it a little sweeter, then you add more sugar. From this point, you're going to want to have it on high for it to thicken up a little bit. I'm going to let this cool down because I am going to put it in a container and put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. So all I have to do is warm it up and that's it. And this was everything I did the day before Thanksgiving. Listen, it was a lot of work. It may look a little bit to you, but again, I'm doing all of this by myself, maintaining everything to stay clean, cleaning up afterwards. It's not easy. So it is Thanksgiving Day. I like to do these recipes on the last day because to me, I feel like it's simple and it should be done the day of. I'm going to do a shortcut version of my baked sweet potatoes. So don't bash me because it's from a can, but trust and believe it is delicious. You guys are going to love it. What you're going to need is 3 cans of sweet potatoes. Make sure you throw all the juice that's in the can into the pot. Do not put your sweet potatoes in there. I'm going to make a sweet sauce that's going to go right on top of the sweet potatoes. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. We are going to add brown sugar later on. You're going to see it. It all depends how sweet you want your baked potatoes. I'm also going to add some vanilla extract, a little dash. I got this small grater in the Dominican Republic, but I am going to grate some nutmeg. Add about a small teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I'm also going to add some butter, and I'm going to add at least 2 tablespoons of butter. Make sure it's 2 heaping spoons. I'm going to add some honey. And I'm just going to drizzle it in there. Again, it depends how sweet you want it. If you want to add more honey, add more honey. And then you're going to put this on very high heat. I'm adding about a half of cup of water. And I decided to add more honey. Again, it's totally up to you how sweet you want it. You're going to boil this for at least 5 to 7 minutes. It's still going to be a little watery, but that's okay. We're going to add this on top of the sweet potatoes. So my sweet potatoes is in an aluminum tray. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to sprinkle it all around. You can add more brown sugar if you want. If you want it more sweet, I think 2 tablespoons will do just good. And then I'm going to pour the juice right on top of the sweet potatoes. You don't want to add too much that is above your sweet potatoes. Make sure that at least it's half. I ended up doing too much of the juice, so I had to throw that away. So, yeah. You're going to want to put this in the oven for at least 30 to maybe 45 minutes. Just check up on it. You're going to see later on in this video the texture that you're looking for. Next, I'm going to do my deviled eggs with bacon. I'm going to go and cook my bacon. Now, it depends how you like yours. For this recipe, I'm going to make it just a little crispier than the normal. Also, reserve the bacon grease because we are going to use it for the rice we're going to make later on. You'll see it in a minute. So I got a pot of water and I'm going to add my eggs. It depends how many eggs you're gonna do for your family. My family loves deviled eggs. I only do it around the holiday. Very rare I will do it sometime throughout the year. It's always in the holidays. While my bacon is cooking and my eggs is boiling, we're gonna go and do some sweet carrots. So over here, I'm cutting some carrots. I'm taking out the skin because, again, I want it to look nice. I'm going to cut the carrots kind of slanted. I don't know if you see what I'm doing here, but that's how I'm going to cut my carrots. You cut your carrots whichever way you want. My family is not a big fan of carrots. That's why if you see on my videos, very rarely you see carrots. Maybe corn or broccoli or green beans, like that's their thing. But they don't really like broccoli except for Nicole. She loves broccoli. But they really like the way I made the carrots that day. So I have it in a pot and it's gonna boil. You're gonna want to go and boil this until the water is almost finishing. You want to have a little bit of that water there. And then you're gonna add your butter. Add as little or as much butter as you want. Also add brown sugar. It all depends how sweet you want it. Again, it's all about how you like it and your family likes it. I'm also drizzling some honey. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Taste as you go, and if you feel like you have to add a little bit more sugar, a little bit more salt, then you add it. So my carrots is done, and oh my god, those carrots was everything. Now in case anybody asks me where I got that little pumpkin thingy, I got that at Aldi's, like maybe 2 years ago. I don't know if they have them now. And also add that little bit of juice. Shoo. We can't let nothing go to waste. No way. So now my eggs are boiled. What you're going to want to do is gently remove all the yolks. Now, I'm going to let you know right now, there's always going to be one or two that's broken or you have problems peeling it. That's why I suggest if you're going to make like 7 for your family, listen, make like at least 8 or 9. Do like 2 extra because there's always 1 or 2 that always gives you problems. Take it from me. Before I show you all the ingredients, I want to let you know that I am going to eyeball this recipe. Yes, because I don't know, this is something that I just eyeball. You're looking more for texture if anything. So it all depends how many eggs you do for your family. I just want to point that out. But I will try to explain everything. You know that I always go into details in my videos. I'm going to add 2 heaping spoons of mayonnaise. I'm also gonna add about maybe a tablespoon of mustard. About a half of a tablespoon of sweet relish. And I'm going to add pepper. And with a fork, you're going to want to go and smash the yolks. Make sure you smash it really, really good. I ended up putting another spoon of mayonnaise and a little bit more mustard. Remember, I'm eyeballing everything and I'm looking for a creamy texture, and that's what I'm looking for. Four tablespoons of mayonnaise and a little bit more sweet relish. You want to add mayonnaise for you could get a nice texture, but you also want to taste a little bit of the sweet relish. Since I don't have a piping bag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cup, put my Ziploc bag in there, and add my smashed yolks. You're going to want to cut the tip of your Ziploc bag because you're going to fill all of your eggs now. Not too big, not too little. And now start filling up your eggs. Now I like to go like in a circular motion and then just push up for it could look a little cute. Not every egg is gonna look pretty. Keep that in mind. But hey, it's delicious. And as you can see, the ugly ones, oh yeah, I gave those to my kids. They ate it. They didn't care how ugly it looked. So now I'm gonna put my deviled eggs in this deviled egg tray thingy that I bought at Dollar Tree. Oh my god, I cannot wait this year to make deviled eggs. And off camera, I had crushed all of my bacon. You want to make sure you crush it very, very small because you're going to sprinkle some of that on top of your deviled eggs. I also cut some bigger pieces of the bacon just to put it in there to stand it up for it could look very nice and cute. Now I'm gonna be real here because I'm always real in my videos. I have really truly forgot to add paprika. Before you put the bacon, I repeat, before you put your bacon, please add the paprika. That's what I was supposed to do, but I had a lot going on in the kitchen and I did it afterwards. I mean, it still worked, but you want to add your paprika first and then you sprinkle your little bacon bits and all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind. And this is how it looks. OMG. Listen, if your family loves bacon and loves deviled eggs, they're gonna love this recipe, guarantee. I should have made more because my family, forget about it. They killed all of the deviled eggs. They ate it all. So I'm taking my sweet potato out. As you can see, look at the texture, nice and thick but creamy. Oh my goodness, very, very good. Now I know this is from a can, but listen to me, you're gonna love this recipe right here. Of course you can make it with fresh sweet potato, but this is delicious. Look at me. I'm taking my fingers and cleaning that spoon and eating it off camera. That's how good this is. And here it is, your baked sweet potatoes. This goes so well with the dish because it's sweet, so you're gonna have a little bit of sweet and savory in your Thanksgiving dinner. So I warmed up my cranberry sauce from yesterday. I removed the orange peel and I'm gonna put it in this pumpkin thingy. Yes, I bought a whole bunch of them at Aldi's because it was a sale and honey, I had to grab it. Yes, yes. Voila, here it is. Shortcut cranberry sauce, and trust me, your family is going to love it. Now it's time to make the yellow rice with vegetables. Here I have some bacon grease that I reserved. That's why I told you guys don't throw it away. But if you want to use regular oil like corn oil or vegetable oil, whatever you have, you could definitely use it. Next, we're going to add some sofrito. I'm going to add about 3 big tablespoons of sofrito. Make sure your fire is low because you want this to simmer. I'm gonna add some of my garlic and cilantro blend. And I added a tablespoon of that. I'm also going to add some olives. Now, I know a lot of people don't like olives, but I do. So, I'm going to add a few in there. I'm also going to add some of the juice from the olives. A can of tomato sauce, and as you can see, the lid fell in there. Oh my god, how many times does that happen to people? That the lid goes and falls into your pot. That has happened to me so many times. I added a little bit of water to the can, and I added it in there as well, you know, just to grab everything in there. I'm going to be using this ham cube from Nords. It's really, really good. I'm going to add 2 cubes of that. Make sure you break it apart because you don't want big chunks of that in your rice. One packet of sazon. Now I'm eyeballing everything here, but I'm guiding you through this process. Some oregano, you can add as little as much as you want. I'm gonna add some black pepper. Some ground turmeric. You can add as little or as much as you want. Mix it well. Next, I'm gonna add my rice. Now, I know I made a lot of rice. I didn't even measure the rice, but trust and believe it was for a big crowd. So, yeah. If I could estimate how much I made, I probably made like 7 to 8 cups of rice. You want to make sure you clean your rice. And then I'm going to add water. Again, I'm eyeballing this. This is how I do it. I don't measure. I just go with the flow. But you want to make sure that the water is a little above the rice. I'm using medium grain rice. I tasted it and I felt like it needed some ham cubes, so I added it in there and I added some salt. Again, taste as you go. I added some red peppers and I added some culantro. I'm gonna add 2 bags of mixed vegetables. I like to add my frozen vegetables towards the very end. I do not like to use the canned ones because I noticed that towards the end, when the rice is cooked, once you're turning the rice, your vegetables could get mushy. So please make sure that your vegetables are frozen. I added a little bit more water. Remember, you want the water to be above the rice. I also added a half cube of ham and another packet of sazon. Now, to everybody, it's like, oh my goodness, that's so much salt. I don't want to offend anybody, but I am making a big pot of rice. So, of course, you want to flavor your rice. Just last week, I had a troll talking about that my food is salty. You just watched the video and in 2 hours you commented that it's salty? And yes, I replied back with a slick remark. I also checked this person's YouTube and they had no subscribers and no viewers, so I already knew somebody probably made a fake page to say something slick. I know how my food tastes. If you want to do these recipes but you want to do something different, by all means, do it a little different. Everybody tweaks a lot of recipes. It's all good. But nobody can say, oh, that's a lot of salt. You got to flavor your rice. That's what you got to do. And this is a big pot of rice. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I had to say that because some people, they just comment nonsense without even knowing or trying the recipe, which is crazy to me. But anyway, let's continue with this video. So from this point, you want to make sure your rice dries up before you cover it. When your rice is dried up, you're going to want to form it like into a mountain because you don't want none of that pegado, con, you know, that sticky, hard rice right on the side of your pot. So try to form it like a mountain. I am going to cover this up, and from this point you want to put it on low. This is a big pot of rice, so it's going to take at least 45 minutes, maybe even 50 minutes on low to cook. So during the whole time that I was making the deviled eggs, the rice, and all that good stuff, I had my turkey and my ham in the oven at 350. For the turkey, I had it for 2.5 hours, considering that it's just turkey breast. Here is the potatoes. It's nice and cooked as well. I am going to put it aside and I'm going to cut it in a minute. As for the ham, I left it there a little longer, like maybe 3 hours on 350. And right now I'm just going to add some of that nice delicious juice right on top of the ham. And here is the turkey, close up. Ooh, man, I can't wait for Thanksgiving. I cannot wait for Thanksgiving, okay? And I know you can't wait for Thanksgiving either. Everybody loves Thanksgiving because everybody goes from house to house eating up everybody's food. I know how it is, trust me. So now it's time to cut the turkey. Now usually I make a whole turkey every Thanksgiving, but this particular Thanksgiving I wanted it to be a little different. So yeah, that's why I chose the turkey breast. And my kids don't really like the wing and the turkey leg, so I was like, well, I'm gonna get turkey breast. So I am removing all of the potatoes. I'm putting that aside. Now I don't know if you see that, but That's a lot of like the juice from the turkey, and it's a lot of like fat. Doesn't look really cute. But we're gonna fix that up now. You know, I'm all about making my food pretty. So I am gonna strain the juice from the turkey. My husband is helping me. So that way I could just have nice clean juice. Because we're gonna pour that on top of the turkey. So my husband is cutting it right in the middle. I don't even know what he's using there, but he's using something just to break it in the middle. I'm trying to cut the turkey as neat as possible. To be honest with you, me and my family love the turkey breast better than all the parts of the turkey. So I'm here trying to plate it right with this little dish that I have. I should have put it in a bigger dish, but it's okay. I was going to put the potatoes going around that dish, but I felt it was too small. It was looking a little ugly. So I ended up putting it in another dish. As you can see, I have a ladle and I am pouring all that beautiful juice on top of the turkey, and I added some to my potatoes as well. That way you can have some nice juicy potatoes and some nice juicy turkey breasts. And trust me, it will not be dry. When you serve it to people, just make sure that when you give them a slice or two or three, it depends how they eat in your house, you spoon some of that juice right on top of the turkey. Off camera, I did the gravy. All I did was follow instructions. I did tweak it a little bit, and yeah, that's my turkey and my potatoes. I'm not gonna lie, the gravy was very delicious, but I did tweak it a little bit. But overall, it was good gravy. Now we're gonna cut the ham. You want to remove all of the cherries and all the pineapples. And at that moment, while I was doing this, I had my son's girlfriend come to the house and give me these gifts. It was so funny because this was so unexpected. Look at how cute. A little plate with a coffee cup that says Puerto Rico. She got me two of them, two different ones. So yes, thank you, Mary, for the nice gifts. I still have it in my kitchen. It's always good when you receive an unexpected gift, and I was a little frustrated that day because it was just so much things to do. I wanted perfection, so receiving that gift, put a smile on my face. I'm cutting the ham into slices. So my ham is nice and sliced. And I'm just going to go around with the pineapples and, just hook it up. Make it pretty. And I'm also going to do that with the cherries. I'm gonna strain the juice from the ham for that way we can have some nice clean juice. So I'm going to make my stuffing. All I'm going to do is follow the directions in the back. And yeah, I'll be done with that. And here is my rice. It ended up doing 2 trays of rice, and I still had a little bit more in the pot. This was enough for everybody and to take some home. And here is a close-up of the rice. Look at how beautiful it looks. It looks fluffy. You can see all the vegetables, and this rice is really, really delicious. Here is my pastelón. It came out of the oven. With your pastelón, you're going to want to leave it there for at least 30 minutes or just check up on it. What you're waiting is for the eggs to cook, of course, and you're looking for a brownish color. And oh my God, the pastelón. My husband loves my pastelón. He's Dominican, so they make their pastelón a little bit different. They smash the sweet plantains. He never had it like that. And when he had it like that, he was like, oh my goodness, I love your pastelón. I never had a pastelón like that in my life. And this is the inside of the shepherd's pie. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. With shepherd's pie, if you do not add that cream of corn, I mean, it's going to taste good, but it's just not the same. I'm sorry. You must add the cream of corn. Here's all the dessert that I bought, because I'm sorry. You just saw an hour and a half of cooking, and you think I'm going to make pies too? Hells no! So I bought all of my pies. I also bought some Hawaiian rolls to complete our whole Thanksgiving meal. And here is our Thanksgiving meal. Some nice turkey breast, dinner rolls, sweet carrots, gravy, stuffing, deviled eggs with bacon, cranberry sauce, delicious ham with pineapple and cherries, yellow rice with vegetables, baked sweet potatoes, pastelón, shepherd's pie, bow tie pasta salad with chicken, some potatoes, and yeah, all of that food I made by myself. That's right. By myself. I know to a lot of people this may seem like a lot of food, but I have a big family. On top of that, my older kids take some home for they don't have to cook the next day. And I don't have to cook for like 2 or 3 days. Trust me, when I make a big meal like this, I'm trying to make enough that I'm not going to be in that kitchen for 2-3 days. Okay? No. Since we're in the end of the video, I wanted to also point out that I still got last year's Christmas dinner and last year's New Year's Eve dinner. I never got to post those videos because again, a lot of things was happening around the holidays, and even after the holidays, I did not have no time to edit none of these videos. I really want to know if you guys want to see the Christmas recipes for last year. I believe I made pernil and other things there. I cooked a lot as well. But I definitely have a pernil video, so I know a lot of people want to see my pernil video even though I have it in my channel. But you know, I always do things differently every time I cook. So let me know if you want to see that video, and also the New Year's Eve one, because the New Year's Eve one you guys are going to love. And yeah, I don't ask for much, okay? But please give this video a thumbs up. I didn't even post in my vlog channel this week just to edit this video for 3 days. Yes, you heard that. 3 days, okay? 3 days. And it was a very challenging video because you guys are only seeing more than an hour and a half of a video, but there was hours and hours of clips that I had to edit. It was very challenging. I must say, out of all the videos I have ever done, this was the most challenging and longest one. So please, give me a thumbs up. I deserve a thumbs up. Also, I would like to know, what are your plans this Thanksgiving? Please let me know in the comments section below. I would really love to know. With that being said, thank you for watching the full video. Take care. God bless. Much love from me to you. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving with your family and your close friends. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.